I don't really have a problem with volume. A little bit about me. I'm a builder, developer, designer. My father was a builder. I'm second generation. This is my first speech without having my walker. Had back surgery nine weeks ago, and thank God for our hospitals and the doctors. I'm not so sure about the insurance system that goes with it at all. There's a few problems with that, like a lot. Started sitting right over there, Rob Scott and Nick Brusky. I like to say I was the very first campaigner. I'll call myself a walk-on outside of the New York City people. I was in Iowa. And after Iowa, I didn't see any more of those Iowa people at all. Went to New Hampshire, met the president there. Headed down to South Carolina, went to Nevada, West Virginia, Michigan, Indiana, Pennsylvania. Did about 20,000 miles for the president. Really enjoyed it. Liked his message. Worked with all the events. Had the Trump staff living with me for 3 months before the election. Was pretty much involved with all of the events on the North Coast, from Toledo to Cleveland, Akron. Did a lot of the VIP seating, sat behind the president, got some really interesting pictures. Picked up the vice president's was a motorcade driver. Got a Secret Service security clearance. That was a heck of a lot of fun, running with the cops with a motorcycle about 90 miles an hour over to Darrell Scott's church on the other side of town. Went down, worked at the convention, drove Katrina Pearson around for 3 days, and that was a heck of an interesting thing. She was a national spokesperson for Donald Trump, and when the Melania Trump speech, plagiarism, came up, that you know, it was just interesting to hear what was going on with her and her staff in the car, and I was running them back and forth between radio stations and doing damage control on that, and putting my 2 cents in a few places. So that was super interesting, a lot of fun. So I am for draining the swamp, definitely. I'm a builder, and I think one of the ironic things is, as a builder, EPA doesn't want you to drain the swamps. They want to protect them, the wetlands. You know, just as an ironic thing. I mean, and so I've rubbed up against political class, building commissions, board of zoning appeals, everything you want in 70 cities around Cleveland. And that's another nightmare in the story. But, you know, it got me involved in all this. You know, it can't be, I don't want to be a whiner and a complainer. Let's get out and do something about it. And I say, vote for Keith Colton if you want some action. Steve is here. I've been taking it pretty much easy on him. I think everybody knows he had some problems, but I don't think that's, I mean, I want to drain the swamp, not send more swamp monsters to Washington. I think he's going to have a lot harder time against Marcy Kaptur than I will. I'm pretty new to the game here, but I'm not uninformed and without a few strong opinions. Been on the radio a little bit, and I plan on hitting, I'm going to be blitzing that here coming up, getting my message out, which is very much that follows the president, and I back the president, and that's one of the reasons that I want to get up there. I was actually asked by the president's staff to run for this, to put more Trump-like people in Washington, because if we know about it, there's a lot of non-Trumpers and people that are working against the president that are Republicans. And they don't want to see him succeed. That's the unfortunate thing. And the Democrats, you know, look at this. I mean, who should be being prosecuted right now? How about Hillary Clinton, the Obamas? How about 33,000 missing emails? And the FBI up there that is donating money to her pals in the Senate campaigns and not investigating her, and they're asking the Russians, what did Donald Trump get in return? A condo in Moscow? And what are they going to get him? What's he doing right now? I love when he shot the 57 missiles into Syria when he's sitting at dinner with the Chinese president. That was a classic. I'll just go down my little list. Obviously, I'm not a politician. I am a talented leader, though. I started in business when I was 13 years old, chopping firewood, cleaning, detailing cars, cleaning them around the neighborhood, going door to door, selling firewood for 2x4 stacks for $10, stacked in your garage. So then I bought some pickup trucks and started doing cleanup for builders and all this work. I like to say, other than Marcy Captor, who is I like to call them theocrats, because they're all about theory. She's got her MIT degrees and she's a city planner and all that other stuff. She doesn't have a back brace like this from hard work. And that's why I blew my back out. 2 back surgeries, knee surgeries, and all that, because I've been out in the field. I've been there, I've done it. Immigration, it's a wreck. The sanctuary cities, they should not have a pathway. I'm very frustrated about immigrants getting more rights, education, benefits, health care, and education than we do. Man, I want to run down, I want to turn my passport in and become an illegal immigrant. They got so many benefits going on. I'm serious about it. Okay, running down. Taxes. Wow. Is anybody here for more taxes? I don't think so. Regulations. Geez, that just gets back to my business. I mean, now every year they're coming out with new ways to build something, new standards. Now, some of them make maybe sense, like the bulletproof glass in Florida, which means you put a sliding door in down there, it costs you $10,000. That's a pretty expensive sliding door, by the way, for just a regular piece of glass. That's regulations for us. The FBI, Comey, the Justice Department, Jeff Sessions, Rosenstein, Mueller, oh my God. These are the guys that should be getting investigated. Trump, if I was up there, if I was telling him, I'd say, fire these guys, take the heat, get them out of there. Sessions stabbed him in the back. He's lost a lot of the people, all the people that campaigned with him are gone. And all of a sudden, all these generals and these little swamp creatures that's kind of slithered into his realm of influence. And Sessions, I kind of stabbed him in the back. Shouldn't have recused himself, causing a lot of problems up there. Those people should be gone. Education. Well, training. I went through 300 interviews last year to find one guy that could read a tape measure, mark, and cut. Okay? That's not really good. And, there's no shop class anymore. They're coming out, they can't pass drug tests, okay, which goes back to the educational system, the teachers' unions, and unions in general that are sending money to billions of dollars to the Democratic Party. We're not following the Constitution. Free speech, that's kind of dead. Big Pharma's taken over. Due process, don't see that anymore. I mean, look at that. Now there's no attorney-client privilege even with the president. You know, so where are our laws going? And we need some people to go up there and stand up for the Constitution, and I'll definitely do that. I look at abortion. It's a very, very sad thing. It's not a source of, it's been used as a birth control system. And, I don't know, ethnic control of, race, we don't want to say. I'm not a bigot, but there's a lot of problems there, and I think it leaves a great scar on the soul. And I am a Christian. I'm a Bible believer, and the Bible is my motivating force. And one of the big problems is the 10 Commandments is out of the legal system, it's out of the educational system, and these people, these shootings in the schools, one of the problems with guns, they're not taught the value of life. What is right and wrong? They're not taught it's wrong to kill. And the other importance of the values. So I would just say, give me your vote. I don't know how many people here are actually up on the lake, but it's good to be back home. This is where I started out. I did my 20,000 miles and $50,000 with Trump with my own money. It was a heck of a blast. Got me involved with this, and I'm looking forward to taking on. I've knocked a few giants down in my life, and I'd like to take another one down. Anybody have any questions?
The national debt and how Congress spends way more money and it doesn't appear to be impacting anything. you know, what is it, $60,000